Hi! In this video I'm going to be showing the rough handheld low light IBIS boost no digital image stabilization video clips footage that I did when I first got my hands on the T4 in the first month or so. As is the common theme, basically under lockdown, so it is what it is. Now, just a few technical points. There were a few different lenses used, but most importantly, I let the ISO really go for it. So some of the footage may be a bit too much, something you might not consider. But I think you'll find that the T4 has some real potential in low light, high ISO situations. Now, ideally, as a bit of a summary from this, what I want to do is go out into a serious cityscape, you know, like a Tokyo kind of thing, a London, New York, Times Square kind of vibe, and just see how it goes. Maybe not Times Square, there's far too much illumination in there for what I'm thinking of. But, you know, something real gritty, urban, with all kinds of crazy light trails going on, but still something that would otherwise be considered low light. Anyway, this is just my rough test footage kind of thing that I like to do when I'm getting to know a camera, when I'm getting to see the potential with it, because obviously I don't want to take a bit of gear out to an important situation or something super cool that I'm only going to get one go at. I want to see how things are before I take the tools into the field. So, without further ado, here's the random rough footage, handheld, low light, IBIS with some crazy ISO selections. Is that low light enough for you? Just a quick test. Oh, here comes neighbours. Well, that was long enough for you, weren't it? That little filler there is the full moon. This is clearly not the kit for it. Well, not the lens anyway. But this IBIS definitely would help, although I think you'd use a tripod even when it comes to shooting something like that. So in case you haven't guessed, that's definitely the low light tests for today over. I'll probably upload them. I mean, you can't see me anyway. That's that then. One thing that you might want to do is check out my other video where I used vintage lenses with the IBIS. Now, I think there's some cracking combinations out there, even at a lower budget. Maybe you've spent all your money on your T4, on this beautiful thing that we're recording with now, and you are not quite ready to invest in too many Fujifilm lenses, but you've got the opportunity to have a good mess with some cheapo vintage lenses, or some real nice vintage lenses that you've got lying around, or maybe a family member has got stored up in a loft, attic or basement somewhere. I would recommend doing that. Check out my video about that. Let us know what else you want to see. As you know, I've been throwing up all my rough and ready sample footages, test videos, just for the crack for myself. I like to look things back with fresh eyes, and even though YouTube compresses a lot, it also gives me a little bit of a baseline when I look at other videos on YouTube that have obviously gone through the same process. I can look at what I've got on my computer. Obviously, that's the best way, but you can't, and I can't do that when I'm out and about in the streets or whatever. Well, not in the streets, you know, might be having a little coffee somewhere. I think, oh, I fancy looking at that video I haven't played with Eterna for a while, or bleach bypass, or certain vintage lenses, or maybe I've got an idea to shoot something. Sometimes I have to check back on the channel to see if I've already done it. Cracking up. Anyway, that's that. I want to hear from you, especially if you shoot video in low light a lot. And I know there's a lot of professionals out there that are shooting with Fujifilm now for video stuff. How do you feel about it, really? What can we get away with as Fujifilm users, as newer video shooters, for example? And of course, any tips, stills wise too, that you want to share with the rest of the audience. Why not? Crack on. Make sure to subscribe though, because that's what helps us keep the ball rolling. And yeah, I'll see you in the comments below. Stay safe.